The air over Subic Bay crackles with tension, as if the very sky is holding its breath. The harbor, usually calm, is now alive with anticipation, every wave reflecting the gravity of the moment. It's dawn, December 26, 2025. The first light of day creeps over the horizon, illuminating the silhouettes of ships and soldiers, casting long shadows across the water. A heavy-lift cargo plane, its engines roaring, makes its final approach to the runway. The C-17 Globemaster is a symbol of power and purpose, its arrival watched by anxious eyes both on the ground and far beyond. On board is precious cargo, the last of 3 BrahMos missile batteries destined for the Philippine Marine Corps. Each component is strapped down, gleaming under the cargo bay lights, representing years of negotiation and preparation. This delivery marks the completion of a $375 million deal, a transaction that has sent ripples through the South China Sea and beyond. The world is watching, aware that this moment could shift the balance of power in the region. Philippine soldiers stand guard, their uniforms crisp, their faces set with pride and determination. They are not just witnesses, but guardians of a new era for their country. They know, deep down, that this moment will be remembered for generations. It is a turning point, a day when their nation's future takes a bold, new direction. Military officials and dignitaries gather as the C-17 comes to a halt. The cargo doors slowly open, revealing the imposing missile launchers and command vehicles inside. Cameras flash, capturing history in the making. This is the hardware of deterrence, a new Philippine strategy in action. The BrahMos launchers, draped in the national flag, stand ready for inspection, a clear message to friend and foe alike. No longer a passive observer, the Philippines now asserts its claim with steel and firepower. The parade of new missile systems signals a nation determined to defend its sovereignty. For decades, the nation relied on aging equipment and the goodwill of allies. Old tanks and rusted ships are now relics of a more uncertain past, replaced by cutting-edge technology. Now the Philippines holds one of the world's most advanced supersonic cruise missile systems. The BrahMos is a game-changer, fast, precise, and formidable. The arrival of this final battery is the result of years of meticulous planning, international cooperation, and rigorous training. Officers pore over maps and models, preparing for every possible scenario. As the first mobile launcher rolls down the ramp, a quiet confidence settles over the troops. They stand a little taller, knowing they are part of something historic. They are witnessing history, a new, more assertive Philippines, ready to defend its interests and its people. This delivery comes amid heightened regional friction. Headlines flash across screens, analysts debate the implications, and neighboring countries take notice. Disputed islands and aggressive patrols have turned these waters into a flashpoint. Every move is watched, every deployment scrutinized. The BrahMos system is Manila's answer, a defensive weapon designed to make any invasion costly, to deter aggression before it can begin. The message is clear: our shores are protected, our resolve unshaken. Soldiers monitor radar screens, ever vigilant, ready to respond at a moment's notice. The BrahMos shield now forms a formidable coastal defense network, capable of striking targets hundreds of kilometers away. The entire archipelago is now under a new umbrella of security. The region's strategic calculus has just been irrevocably altered. Alliances are shifting, and the Philippines has made its intentions unmistakably clear. The Philippines stands ready, its resolve on full display. With the BrahMos in its arsenal, the nation steps confidently into a new chapter, one defined by strength, vigilance, and hope for lasting peace. This is more than a military upgrade, it's a turning point in the nation's history, a bold step forward that signals a new era for the Philippines. It's a statement of national will, a declaration that the country is ready to defend its sovereignty and assert its place on the world stage. For the Philippines, maritime security is national security. With over 7,000 islands and vast waters, the nation's future depends on keeping its seas safe and its borders secure. The BrahMos system marks a historic pivot, shifting the focus from internal defense to external deterrence and sending a clear message to the region. The armed forces are now guardians of the nation's vast maritime domain, watching over vital trade routes and fishing grounds that sustain millions of Filipinos. The BrahMos provides anti-access and area denial capability, a protective bubble around the archipelago, making it far more difficult for any adversary to threaten Philippine territory. Hostile forces must now think twice before approaching Philippine shores, knowing that the nation possesses a credible and modern deterrent. This new posture is a source of immense national pride, uniting citizens and the military in a shared sense of purpose and hope for the future. Filipinos, long vulnerable to external threats, now see a symbol of self-reliance and resilience, a powerful reminder that they can stand on their own. The government frames this as essential to protect sovereign rights and the exclusive economic zone, ensuring that the nation's resources remain in Filipino hands. The public response, renewed confidence and patriotism shows how deeply this move resonates with ordinary people, inspiring a new generation to believe in their country's strength. The BrahMos is more than a weapon. It's a symbol of a nation standing up for itself, determined to shape its own destiny in a rapidly changing world. Years of strategic planning, careful negotiations and hard choices led to this moment, reflecting the dedication of countless individuals behind the scenes. The decision was deliberate, based on security needs and shifting geopolitics as regional tensions rise and alliances evolve across the Asia-Pacific. With this system, the Philippines has invested in credible deterrence, sending a message to friends and foes alike that it is ready to defend its interests. The final delivery is proof. The nation is ready for 21st century challenges, standing tall and prepared for whatever the future may bring. For decades, the Philippine military struggled with chronic underfunding, leaving its soldiers with limited resources and outdated gear. The lack of investment was visible everywhere, from the uniforms worn by troops to the aging equipment gathering dust in storage. News reports often highlighted the challenges faced by underfunded military bases, painting a picture of a force unable to keep pace with modern threats. The Navy's ships sat rusting at the docks, and the Air Force's fighter jets and planes, relics of a bygone era, struggled to stay operational. This left the country's defenses vulnerable and its ability to respond to emergencies severely limited. With a vast and beautiful coastline stretching thousands of kilometers, the Philippines was exposed. Illegal fishing boats and foreign vessels routinely entered its waters, exploiting precious maritime resources with little fear of consequence. The acquisition of the BrahMos missile system marks a dramatic turning point, a bold break from this vulnerable past. It signals a new era of strength and capability for the nation's armed forces. Now, the BrahMos stands as the centerpiece of an ambitious modernization program, transforming the military's posture from reactive to proactive. No longer must the Philippines wait to respond. It can now shape events and deter threats before they escalate. With advanced radar and missile defense systems deployed along the coastline, the armed forces can detect and deter incursions before they even begin, projecting power and confidence. This is the essence of modern deterrence, making any act of aggression too costly for potential adversaries to consider. The mere presence of BrahMos changes the strategic calculus in the region. The impact of BrahMos is not just military, but psychological. It instills a new sense of pride and determination among the troops, while sending a clear message to the world. Morale soars as soldiers train with world-class tools and technology. For the first time in years, they feel empowered and ready to meet any challenge. The Coastal Defense Regiment, trained rigorously both in India and at home, has become an elite force, skilled, disciplined, and respected across the region. With the ability to deploy mobile launchers quickly and unpredictably, the regiment creates a moving, elusive threat that keeps adversaries guessing and on edge. This newfound strength brings a quiet assurance, not arrogance. Leaders emphasize responsibility and restraint, knowing true power lies in discipline. Across the nation, civilians feel safer and prouder. The military, once overlooked, is now honored and respected at public events and parades. The bond between the armed forces and local communities grows stronger as soldiers participate in joint projects and outreach, building trust and unity. Today, the Philippines stands taller than ever, confident in its ability to defend its home, protect its people, and secure its future. What makes BrahMos special? 4 things: speed, range, precision, and mobility. It travels at nearly Mach 3, one of the world's fastest cruise missiles. Enemy ships have little time to react. Interception is nearly impossible. Its 290-kilometer range creates a vast protective zone. Hostile vessels can't operate near Philippine shores without risk. BrahMos is precise, using advanced guidance for pinpoint strikes. It flies low, evades radar, and can outmaneuver defenses. Designed for surgical strikes, it can cripple high-value targets. The system is mobile, launchers and command posts on trucks. Batteries can move and hide, making them hard to target. This shoot-and-scoot ability ensures survivability. The enemy never knows where the next attack might come from. Mobility and unpredictability make BrahMos a true deterrent. It's a game changer for Philippine defense. BrahMos is more than hardware, it's a symbol of sovereignty and resilience. In a region where power often decides disputes, BrahMos is the great equalizer. It's not about starting conflict, but preventing it. The missile's presence declares, the Philippines will not be intimidated. For years, Filipinos watched foreign vessels encroach with helplessness. Now, BrahMos changes the narrative, empowering the nation. It boosts national identity and unity, reinforcing the rule of law. The 2016 arbitration victory was symbolic. BrahMos gives it teeth. The system protects vital economic interests: fishing, energy, sea lanes. A secure maritime environment means growth and prosperity. BrahMos paves the way for a stable, confident future. The BrahMos deal is a landmark for India-Philippines ties. It marks India's rise as a defense exporter and reliable Indo-Pacific partner. The sale is more than commerce, it's strategic alignment. Indian teams trained Philippine forces, ensuring full operational capability. This cooperation builds trust and interoperability. The Indo-Philippine axis shows middle powers can enhance security together. It's a blueprint for future regional collaborations. The partnership strengthens both nations and the region. The BrahMos arrival sends ripples across Southeast Asia. Neighbors watch closely. Some see a step toward balance, others a challenge. For China, it complicates naval operations near the Philippines. The system may trigger regional modernization and a localized arms race. Yet, it also encourages a stable balance of power, deterrence by denial. The US welcomes the move, seeing it as strengthening a key ally. BrahMos enhances collective security and alters regional calculations. The Philippines is now a pivotal player in the Indo-Pacific chessboard. The BrahMos journey is a feat of logistics and cooperation. Assembled in India, each component was rigorously tested, transported by land, then flown by C-17 Globemaster to Subic Bay. The handover was more than logistics, it symbolized trust and partnership. Philippine Marines received the system, ready to deploy. The supersonic sentinels had arrived. Their watch over Philippine shores had begun. The BrahMos shield marks a turning point for Asian security. Middle powers are asserting self-reliance and autonomy. Potent defenses like BrahMos let nations control their destiny. This shift fosters a multipolar, resilient regional order. The Indo-Russian venture gives developing nations more choices. BrahMos is more than a weapon. It's a symbol of transformation. The Philippines now stands as a credible deterrent and a regional leader. The supersonic shield is in place, heralding a new era for Southeast Asia.